It's exciting to come your way once again as we continue this wonderful journey in additional mathematics. Please let me entreat you to solve more examples. We've looked at the identity elements, we've considered some examples. So I would entreat you, solve more examples. Get familiarized with the way the identity element goes when you have an operation. My name is Nana Ewedu, and you can call me Say Nana. Remember as well to share, to comment, and to like this video. And don't forget to press on the notification bell and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get all videos on time. In this lesson, we are going to consider the identity element, but then we will consider it when we are considering a table, right? So we are looking at it when we are looking at a table. Now let's consider an example. So for instance, in this question, it says that find the identity element in the operation. So what we need to know is that in this operation, we have the elements A, B, C, and D, right? And then we have the operation symbol star. Now, remember that we said that for identity element to occur, the operation must be commutative. So for instance, if I have A operation B, is it the same as B operation A, right? If I have C operation D, is it the same as D operation C? Now let's inspect these quickly. So A operation B gives us B, right? So A operation B is equal to B. And then B operation A also gives us B. So it means that this is commutative. And then we have C operation D, it gives us B. And then D operation C as well gives us B. So it means that we have a commutative operation here. So it means that identity elements can be checked. So how do we get the identity element? One of the easiest way to identify the identity element is that look at the order or pattern of the operation. So it starts with A, continues with B, continues with C, and continues with D. So check through these and look for which of them has that pattern. So we realize that the first one has that pattern, A, B, C, and D. Now, let's consider each of them one by one. So when we have A operation A, it gives us A, right? When we have A operation B, it gives us B, right? When we have A operation C, it gives us C. And then when we have A operation D, it gives us D. So I hope you can see the identity elements clearly. Now, when we compare this, we are saying that, for instance, we can have A operation E to give us A. So a number, when we operate it on the identity element, should give us the same number. So among these, we see that when we take this A, this A, this A, this A. So the repeated one is the identity element, right? So this represents the identity. So the numbers are the A, B, C, and D. And it is operated on the identity element A, and that gives us A. So in this question, we can conclude that the identity element is A, right? Just by inspection. So remember that before we are able to get the identity element, the operation must be commutative. So you check for commutativity first and look for the one that has the pattern of the numbers or the letters that have been used here. Right, let's look at another example. So in this example, as we said, let's list the elements given. The elements are 0, 1, and 2, right? And the operation is multiplication. So we want to inspect and check whether this operation is commutative. So we can have 0 multiplied by 1, then we'll check whether it's equal to 1 multiplied by 0. Or we'll have 1 multiplied by 2, check whether it's equal to 2 multiplied by 1. So 0 multiplied by 1 gives us 0, right? And then 1 multiplied by 0 gives us 0. So you mean this ticks. And then 1 multiplied by 2 gives us 2. And then 2 multiplied by 1 gives us 2. So this is also commutative. So that works. And then we want to look at these patterns and see which one follows the pattern 0, 1, 2. So you can see that the second one here follows the pattern 0, 1, 2. So we can pick them one by one. So you have 1 times 0, and that gives us 0, right? We have 1 times 1, that gives us 1. And we have 1 times 2, that gives us 2. So when we compare this with, let's say, A operation E to give us A, we see that the 1 repeats itself here. So therefore, we can say that the 1 represents the identity, right? So we have located the identity element in this table as the 1. So that is the element that when we operate it on any of the variables here in the set, it gives us the same variable. So that is what? The identity element. So in this lesson, we have considered how we can find the identity element when we are given the identity element in a table form. Now, ensure that you practice more on these type of questions, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In our next lesson, we'll be considering another property, which is the inverse of a binary operation. See you in the next lesson.